Bahamas brothers, this is your boy JT, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, the series. Of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and we have a little talk about it. And boy, there is so much for us to get our gnashes dug into. So let's not waste any more of your time. But before we do get into it, we are trying to hit 4K subscribers before the end of the month, and we are so close. So if you could please help support me, support you, and stay up to date with everything on the channel by smashing that subscribe button and tickling the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. But let's not waste any more of time now. Let's get straight into the meat of the first story of the day is obviously Leeds United's 3-1 crushing of Barnsley on the weekend. And one Sky Sports commentator was full of praise for Sinister after he struck in an absolute gem of a strike last night. If anyone hasn't seen it, it is a beaut. Picks it up from about 30 yards out, gets it on his right foot and whips it into the side of the corner. Not quite bottom corner or top corner, but a beautiful strike nonetheless. And Leeds did go out the 3-1 victors and now have drawn, guess who, but Wolverhampton Wanderers in the third leg. A reuniting of the battle between Jesse Marsch and Bruno Lage. That is going to be very exciting. And speaking of something very exciting, news hitting the shore today is that Leeds are definitely interested in signing the FC Zurich striker Wilfred Gnonto. Obviously, there was rumours about it before, about whether Leeds were really in for him, if we weren't in for him. There was a bit of cold water put over it by Phil Hay, but that man who was very impressed with Sinistera is now also very impressed with Leeds', or should I say Sinistra, but with Leeds' tracking, and not just NHS track and tracing, but going after of Wilfred Gnonto at Elland Road. Do you guys want to see him there? They are talking about an £8 million switch, which is quite a bit higher than the £3.4 to £4 million that we were talking about before. It's a decent whack, £8 million. Are you guys willing to spend £8 million on a Gnonto or /Gnonto that is not going to get himself into the starting 11? That is going to be only a mere backup. That probably wouldn't even get into our second squad if you look at who started today against Barnsley. It is an interesting dilemma and telepathy that Leeds find ourselves in. However, one other man that Leeds could potentially sign that maybe would be a little bit further ahead but wouldn't have the long-term plan is this man, Michy Batshuayi. A long-time admirer of Leeds United, it seems, because he's been linked with Leeds for a long time. And Chelsea striker Michy Batshuayi has now been seriously linked with a move away from Stamford Bridge this summer, with Newcastle and Leeds United, two of the clubs really interested about him. About the possible arrival of Michy Batshuayi to Everton, he's been told that the system set up by Frank Lampard would not suit the player's football well. As such, Leeds and Newcastle could be other solutions until the end of the transfer window, with Chelsea leaning towards a definitive sale. Now, this is very interesting. They want to sell him out permanently. Obviously, he was out on loan at Besiktas last season. He managed to score 14 and pick up 5 assists. You know, not too shabby. Alonso, will he cut the mustard in the Premier League, though? I don't know. Will he be better than Willie Gnonto? Probably at this current moment in time, but does he offer a lot to our long-term plan? In my opinion, not really. Not really. Another man that is also linked with Leeds United is this man, Ben Brereton Diaz. But again, for me, not really fulfilling me. He's not really filling me up well. He's not really leading me to go at this with a lot of excitement. The Sun's Alan Nixon reported on Wednesday, the 24th of August via his Patreon that the Wolves striker Huang Hee-chan is being eyed by Jesse Marsch, but he also revealed that the Blackburn Rovers expect Leeds United to come back with an improved bid for the Chilean striker Ben Brereton Diaz. Now, which one out of these two are you more excited about? That is my question, mate. Are you more excited about Huang Hee-chan, or are you more excited about Ben Brereton Diaz? For me, Huang Hee-chan doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, he only recently signed with Wolves. Why would they want to get rid of him so quickly? Why would it make any sense for him to go to Leeds? He was actually decent against Leeds, ironically, but it's just way too soon for me. That one doesn't really make any sense. The Ben Brereton Diaz one makes more sense, but I don't think he's up to scratch. I don't think he's up to the level that Leeds United require, to be honest. They are looking for someone that's versatile and can play anywhere across the front line, not just at striker, but can feature in an attacking midfield role, a wide attacking midfield role, which is maybe the reason why they would be looking at someone like Ben Brereton Diaz. But I think there are better options out there and better options that we are yet to discuss, that we will be discussing very, very shortly. But speaking of the wing position and one that might need to be going, it is this man, Daniel James. We spoke before about how Leeds said that they're probably going to be looking to move someone on before they do make the next signing. And it does really look like that could be Daniel James, because Spurs are really, really hotting up in their interest for the Welshman. In a recent report from Football London, it was mentioned that Tottenham Hotspur are planning to make a move for Daniel James as Leeds United's speculation grows over Brian Gill's exit. Spurs feel Dan James would be a decent replacement should Gill make an exit from North London. Would be a very, very decent replacement. Would be an extremely decent replacement. Like I said, would he want to step down and go from a club like Leeds to go and play for a club like Tottenham? That is yet to be seen as to whether Dan James would agree for such a career suicidal move like that. But nonetheless, it would be a good move for Tottenham Hotspur. It would be good backup, good squad depth. But Leeds will be losing a lot of squad depth, because you're looking at a situation where if one of our main wingers gets injured in Sinisterra, Harrison or Aronson, then you're left with Somerville, who, by the way, was incredible against Barnsley in my opinion, and Greenwood as our only backup. So we do have to be very careful with that. And the only way I said I see us selling him is if we have a ready-made backup to come in. And this is where the big news comes in. The moment you've all been waiting for, and the reason that you all clicked on this video. It is this man, Cody Gakpo. Have Leeds just been given a last chance hurrah to clasp him from the jaws of defeat, to clasp victory from the chasms of defeat, clasp ecstasy out of the mere pits of despair. And we might be, because it seemed all that certain that he was either going to stay at PSV if they qualify for the Champions League or go over to Manchester United. Now, what do we know that happened today? Oh, Rangers qualified over PSV. Rangers are now going to be in the Champions League. PSV are not going to be in the Champions League, so he's not going to be getting Champions League football there. So it does seem like he is destined to make a move away from PSV, especially because they'll be losing out on a lot of Champions League revenue, so they'll need to get rid. Now, it seemed almost certain that he was going to be going to Manchester United. The three clubs linked with him have been Arsenal, Leeds, and Man United. However, it does seem last second that Man United have pulled an absolute U-turn when it comes to Cody Gakpo, because they are dead set on bringing in Anthony from Ajax instead. So it seems right at the last second, Leeds might be given a glimmer of hope when it comes to getting their hands on Cody Gakpo. I'm telling you, it really looks like he's going to be leaving now that they haven't secured that Champions League football, and it really looks like Leeds are going to be in the driving seat for this one. Man United are going to be out of it. Arsenal are not really in that much contention for it. From what I've heard, Leeds seem to be the front runners. And especially if we are to lose Dan James, I can see the jigsaw pieces aligning here. I can see us losing Dan James and then going in and getting Cody Gakpo. Jamesh Seth of Sky Sports News revealed this evening that the Old Trafford club are much more focused on signing Anthony from Ajax instead. That is just the little confirmation there for anyone that didn't believe me. All three are wide players, and if the Gunners and United are out of the equation, then it will really allow Leeds to step up their interest in the 23-year-old. Does go on to make a pretty bizarre claim, saying that Leeds are obviously, this is not the bizarre claim, that Leeds are obviously an enormous club. Absolutely we are. But you wouldn't have fancied their chances of pipping either of their domestic rivals to the addition of Gakpo. Got to disagree with you there, mate. Would you rather play for relegation fodder or for title challenges? You know what I mean? But what he did reveal is that Leeds have already made contact with Cody Gakpo. We're in there like swimwear. We're in it to win it. And hopefully we can get the deal done. But let me know what you guys think about all these deals down in the comment section down below. But for now, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.